safe at your respective places. Thank you, CII and Young Indians, for having me over here. Today, we are experiencing a very unprecedented situation which has changed the perspective of global economy, financial market, and businesses. In this session, I will unfold the upcoming economic trends, financial markets, and business dynamics for 2020 and 2021, which has been changed due to the COVID-19. So let's start with the presentation. I practice time theory. Now, what is time theory? Time theory is based on Vedic astrology. Here, we decode the planetary permutation combination and derive the results of economic trends, financial markets, and business dynamics. Now, what are the outcomes of time theory? The first and the fourth most important outcome is the psychology and sentiment of market participants and financial markets participants. Basically, it is the crux of all the events, the psychology and sentiments, which show us the future trends. Second, we give the date range. We don't talk in the numbers, we talk only in the date range. Third, we show about the favorableness and unfavorableness of the events, which gives the directions, which helps the business management and financial market participants to take their decisions. In which area this time theory is applicable? It has a wide spectrum. It can be applied on various places. Like it can be applied on the economies, it can be applied on financial markets, it can be applied on businesses, on individuals, etc. It is applied science and art. Why it is called science? Because the calculation is based on the astronomy mathematical numbers. So we use mathematics, which is based on astronomy. Why it is art? Because every individual has a different variation and prediction style to assess those planetary permutation and combinations. Let me introduce myself. I am Shubha Javeria. I have done my Master's of Business Administration in Finance. And astrology is an inherited gift to me. My forefather was a great astrologer. And I'm blessed to have those sacred and important theories which are rarely available in today's scenario. Another inspiration to me is the GAN. Usually, many of the people would be aware of GAN technical tools. Let me make you clear in this session that GAN was a financial astrologer. GAN has created these tools, technical tools, based on financial astrology. Shubh Astro World is an advisory firm where I am the chief advisor and I have a team who do the execution work. Our clientele includes corporates, institutional investors, and many HNIs and individuals. In this, we practice astroeconomics, business astrology, and financial astrology. I know this is going to be new topic for many of the people over here, but believe me, this is an age-old proven science. Now, what is astroeconomics? In astroeconomics, we cover the events which impact huge masses. This is a classic example. COVID-19 is the classic example of astroeconomic events. And in the later part, I will let you know how we have predicted and how the entire event is going to take place in future also. How it is going to shape up in future also. In this, we cover socio-political events, geopolitical events, any specific events which comes in observation. Previously, we have commented on all the tensions between Iran and US, India, Pakistan, North Korea. It basically helps to shape up the psychology and ideology of the market participants, which helps them to take decisions perfectly. We timely publish the newsletters for this. Now let's come to business astrology. To be successful in business, multiple factors, as everyone knows, impacts. Certain factors factors are internal factors, certain factors are external factors. Some factors can be calculated, some factors can't be calculated as their environment. In business astrology, we comprehensively calculate all those factors and give the advices and analysis to our corporate associates. Gives the future vision and visibility, which helps them to take decisions. Now, what is the scope of business astrology? It starts from when the venture is just an idea till any stage of the business. It could be at the time it is idea about the funding, about acquisitions, mergers, IPO, deals. If the company is stuck into any kind of a situation, then we give them the solutions. So it is widely applicable to all the business management practices. How does this work? We use three informations. First, the charts of business owner. Traditionally, it is called the Kundlis. Second, astroeconomics, where we do the calculation for the entire global environment, which impacts, and as again I told you, COVID-19 is the classic example for this, that how the internal environmental factor has impacted many of the businesses. And third is the financial astrology. Again, I will explain in the later part about this. Let me give a glimpse how we work with the corporates. We are associated with the leading NBFC firm of India. They are looking forward to have the right issue. They contacted us last 3 years back, and we have in our reports with our analysis defined them not to go with the right issue as one of the key aspects of being successful in taking out any IPO or having a right issue is market sentiments. In 2019, 2020, and even 2021, we don't look market sentiment is going to be good. Expect it is going to be good in 2022. So we have given them the date range. So this way we give the advices based on our calculations. Right now we are handling our dairy farm project. It is into a deep crisis due to the COVID-19 scenario, and due to which the sustainability has come into the question mark. So we have given them the strategy. We have checked the charts of the business owner that we should use the reserve funds, what are lying with the owners, or should we take some other step? So this way we have guided this dairy farm project. And the third, they are associated to the largest toiletry product manufacturing company of India. It is located into your vicinity. So from that, in this business, we are associated from the time when the idea was just in the mind. We have given yes to those ideas, and we have guided them from the investment banking to the hiring of the people. Each and every stage we have assisted them with our guidance. So now let's come to financial astrology. What is financial astrology? As many of you would have understood that financial astrology is regarding prediction of the financial markets. So what I do in financial astrology, I do prediction for equity markets. But in equity markets, I predict only Nifty. We do the sectorial analysis for entire year, which sector is going to work, which is going to be the star performer, which is going to be bearish, and we give the detailed analysis of all the sectors. In this year, we have introduced the other factors also in our reports like rainfall, GDP, and any of the other factors which comes in our observation. We also comment broadly on gold, silver, crude currency, which is a part of commodities. Now, what do I predict? As everyone knows, the people who are actually trading in the market, the trend is one of the most important aspects. We do the trend analysis. For that, we tell the trends that it is going to be upward trend, downward trend, or it's going to be a range of trend, it's going to be in consolidation. We specify each and everything. For that, those trend analysis, we give the particular date range. And if any of the special events, if it comes, we can visualize or we can observe, have the observation, then we specify in our reports that this is special events. And in fact, we go with the date-wise prediction also. If we find any particular dates where certain things important can come up. Now, what our organization provide? One is the yearly report. In yearly report, we give the detailed sectorial analysis. Then monthly report. Monthly report is the precise prediction of equity market, where we give the prediction week-wise, any date range week-wise at how the market is going to behave entire month. And then we publish the newsletters, which I have already taken in the astroeconomics. Now, how do you benefit from all this? What is actual benefit a person derive from this? First of all, advanced trend predictions, it helps to create the psychology, it helps to make the strategies to the financial market participants. It gives the turning dates of the market. This is the most important aspect, which I'm actually going to share in the report of May month, where we are predicting that now the market is about to take a turn. So we are expecting that this really will take a pause and market is going to have a bearish move. So this is the way we highlights the turning of the trends. Then it lower down your risk, cost of capital, gestation period reduces, and entry and exit dates can be specified through this. See, entry is one of the very important aspects to take into the trades, but equally exits are also equally important. It's like many of the people know the entry, when to take the entry into the trades or how to enter into this financial markets or how to put the money into this. But most of the people make mistakes in taking the exit. So here in our reports, we define the entry and exit dates both. Let me share you the glimpse of our prediction, what we had in 2019. In 2019, we achieved 90% accuracy in our predictions. We basically give the predictions and check the market reality also, that how our predictions performed. So let me take you a star prediction of 2019. That was in September. Most of you have remembered that our Honorable Finance Minister has announced a corporate rate tax cut on 20th of September. This we have predicted in advance 1 month. Before a month, we have already predicted this, that from 18th to 20th September, market will see a sharp short covering. See, here we have not predicted the event that there is a corporate rate tax is going to come, but we have predicted the end results, that market is going to see a sharp short covering at this time frame. So this is the way we do the prediction where the trend is covered. We clearly mention when it's going to be, day trend is covered, and we clearly mentions the direction of our prediction, direction of the markets. Let's come back again to the presentation. Now, the most important part, upcoming prediction for 2020 and 21, how the economies are going to take shape in this time frame. First, with the astroeconomics, I would like to predict the pandemic prediction. In pandemic prediction, I will take entire cycle, how it has happened. I will give you some technical input of astrology also, and how it is going to take shape in future. So we will start from 2019. In this chart, you can see the number 9. There are 3 planets posted: Saturn, Ketu, and Guru. This is called Jupiter. Every planet has its own characteristics. Jupiter represents masses. Ketu is virus. And Saturn is a very restrictive and hidden planet. So when on November 2019, Jupiter transited to Sagittarius. Sagittarius is its own house where it has a full potential, where it has a exponential power. Jupiter has got exponential power. It's the highest to the power. And it is masses. And Ketu, when it conjuncted with Ketu, the virus attacked the masses. This conjunction started in November 2009. Till January 2020, Saturn was placed in the same house. So that's why Saturn is a hidden planet. So entire this thing was hidden at that time frame. We were not aware, the world was not aware of this scene. In January 2000, in January 2020, when Saturn moved to Capricorn, the entire world came to know about this pandemic, and it was like a sensation, and it started exploding everywhere. Now, on 8th of February, Mars joined this conjunction. Mark the timings. Basically, the time frames are very important. Now, Mars is an explosive planet. Mars basically exponentially expands everything. So, as soon as the Mars joined this conjunction, Jupiter and Ketu, Mars and virus, it exploded, it expanded an entire world. An entire world got impacted by this. The Mars from 8th of February to 23rd of March was positioned in the same house. And everyone know in this 40 days time frame, it has spreaded like anything in the entire world. As soon as the Mars shifted to Capricorn, the spread has been basically little bit squeezed off, and now we are into the lockdown time frame. So now the Mars has come into the Capricorn, and it is with the Saturn, and we are into the lockdown time frame. After this, now Jupiter is going to transit into the Capricorn zodiac. It is already actually transited in Capricorn zodiac. So after the month of 31st March, it transited to the Capricorn zodiac. So there, the spread has been comparatively stopped. We have been able to control. Now the point is till what time this is going to sustain. So till September, Jupiter is going to be along with Ketu, and it will take till the time frame of September for the economies to come into the completely operational form. So till September, this is going to keep spreading. This is going to be a very tough time frame for the masses and entire economy. After that, after the September, the conjunction will go off of Jupiter and Ketu, and we expect the spread will stop. And then there will be the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter will come up. Now Saturn is a restrictive planet, and Jupiter in the Capricorn will become debilitated. So what is meaning of debilitated? Debilitated means Jupiter will lose the power. The masses will lose the power. So because of this, we will have our lifestyles will get impacted. We are going to be in a restrictive lifestyle because of this event. So this till what time this is going to extend? So this is going to be till 2021. Jupiter will be in debilitated position along with Saturn till 2021. So for the future, what we predict, now let me clear it, that till September, we expect the situation is going to be like this only. The economies will be still, there will be no major movement we can see in the economy. After September onwards, we can see that there will be changes, economy will come into the operational format, and entire, the systems will change. And it will take time. It will till 2021, it will take time for us to come back into the normal format. So 2021, the lifestyles are going to be very restrictive, and we will have the impact of this COVID-19, but economies will slow down, and 2021 is going to be still a tough time period. As we can see, the Capricorn Jupiter is of least power, means the masses is going to be of least power. In 2022, this is going to completely change. When Jupiter will transit from Capricorn to Aquarius, there the masses will come with full power, and they will be back in normal lifestyle in 2020. So now what are the key observations of this planetary positions? This was something technically I want to explain about how this entire event took a shape because of the astrological planetary formations. Now, what are the key observations in astroeconomics? The key observation is, first of all, due to the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, we are going to have ample of economic reforms. As we have observed that in 2019, the Jupiter and Saturn was having the conjunction in Sagittarius, a lot of socio-political reforms were introduced by the government. For example, Kashmir issue, then Ram Mandir, Citizenship Act. Similar way, we are going to have economic reforms, and huge economic reforms are going to come on the way in 2021. And another point that has come into the observation is dislocation. Now, what is this dislocation? Dislocation actually refers the dislocation of residents, dislocation of corporates, and dislocation of many industries in this time frame. This time frame starts from December 2020 to 2021. A lot of transformation of the systems will take place. Reason being, Jupiter and Saturn planetary combinations refers to the transformation. It refers to the structural changes. So this conjunction comes in 2021. So these are the key points which we will be able to observe in 2021. Till September 2020, the economies are going to be in standstill part. There will be nothing major change is going to happen. They are going to keep fighting with the COVID-19. The entire focus will be COVID-19 only. In 2021, the entire focus will shift to the economies, and a lot of these events will take place in 2021. Now, what are the sectors we look forward in 2020 and 21? For this, I would like to share our annual report. In the beginning of every year, we publish annual report in which we give the details regarding sector. This is the annual report of 2020.
Shubha ji.
Huh?
Hi, it's Ayush.
Yeah.
So, if you can look in the chat box, there are quite a few people who've been asking questions, and so I just.
So can we take up the questions afterwards once I've finished it?
I wanted to understand whether you wanted to take up the questions now, or
we can take up the questions afterwards once we finish this. Okay. So that because the predictions are also attached to this, so it will be easy once I put it together.
Okay. Sure, please stand.
So this is the annual forecast report for 2020. So here in 2020, this is published in January, and we have clearly given about it that economies are expected to have tough time period in 2020, and we were very bearish for equity markets too. We have commented on the levels of employment where we have clearly written that job losses will be one of the most important thing, one of the highest challenge which the economy is going to face in 2020. So we have given the certain star performing sectors which came in our calculation. So among this, telecom and communication sector. So as we have seen right now, there is a deal of Jio and Facebook has happened. So which has actually boosted on, which is clearly visible that the stocks which performed well is from the telecom sector. Then we look forward for defense sector, electrical sector, railways. These are some of the sectors which look very positive. Rest all other sectors comes into a sluggish reading. They are onto the bearish form. Let me take you to the real estate sector. This is the sector which we expect to have consolidation. In a similar way, last year, telecom sector has seen. For real estate sector, we look forward a very bearish trend, and we may see the plunging prices of real estate in 2021. 2020 is fine, but we are more bearish in 2021 for real estate sector. We will be watching. A lot of players are going to be bankrupt. A lot of players are going to be out of the market in this time frame. So we are very bearish for real estate sector. But these are the unique findings which we had in 2020, and now it is extremely clear that pharma sector, a favorable pick was the pharma sector, and which we have already, like in 2020 January only we have published. Now it is very clear why the pharma sectors, we were bullish on the pharma sector. And this is one of the star sector, sugar sector, sugar stocks, which we have mentioned that one should keep an eye on this, as we are bullish on the stock prices of sugar sector. So earlier at the beginning, we were very the reason was not clear, but now since due to the COVID-19 and the demand of sanitizer has increased, and it requires the ethanol, and the sugar companies have license for ethanol, and they started manufacturing the sanitizers. So we just push the prices of sugar stocks too. We are very bullish for sugar stocks too in 2021. So the same sectors comes up in the reading of 2021 also. So we are very bearish for real estate sector in 2021, and we are bullish for pharma sector, sugar sector, electrical, railways, defense sector. We may find some of the big deals coming in defense sector, but this will all happen after the November 2020. Let's come back to our presentation. This were the sectorial outlook. Now, when the economy will pick up, as I have explained you through the charts, astrological charts, we expect economy to be in three phases. Till September, we will be in the standstill condition. 2021, we have a very bearish outlook. The economies won't be able to perform well. In fact, first quarter of 2021 is going to be really tough. And the economies will pick up from 2022. All the broad sectors will pick up. So we expect 2022, the time frame for the revival of economy. Now we have certain key advices based on our readings, because we look forward for the application of these predictions also. So as now this time everything is clear that this is a time of transformation, time to focus on restructuring. But in what phases? Now let me clear the application style. Though in businesses, it depends on case to case, it is more on the individual basis. But these are the broad guidelines which as astroeconomics, every business should follow. Now one is, till the time of September, we expect the economy, as I expressed you, that the economy is going to be in standstill format. So till that time, my advice is business to conserve cash, because there is no movement, there is nothing is going to move in the economy till September 2021. Sorry, September 2020. After that, economies will come into complete operational format. But in 2021, a lot of reforms are going to come up. A lot of changes, structural changes in the economies are going to come. So if anyone has an expansion plan, or anyone wants to restart with the things, then I will suggest to start in 2021, when the themes and the picture will be quite clear in 2021. But the government has taken the steps, what are the amendments they have brought, policy changes they have brought, and the themes will be very clear after first quarter of 2021. So that is a perfect time frame to bring all the kinds of restructuring formats and transformation plans. Since we have entered into a decade change from the planetary position, so it's a high time to take call for the organization for non-performing businesses. Now, let me give you a very important aspect. I mean, when we are going to see a very long patch of time, then this 1.5 year time frame will be just as a transformation time. Right now, we are experiencing it as a disruption, huge disruption in technology. But when we are going to see a long patch of time, then we are going to take it as just a transformation time. So, what is the benefit one can take out of this time frame? In 2020, we predict the economy will revive and will come back to its pace. 2022, the economy will revive and come back to its pace. But 21 is going to be very sluggish and tough time. There we can have certain benefits. To ride the momentum, we advise to fix up your certain capital expenditure and recurring expenditure. Let me give an example for this. For example, lot of rent could be one of the type where many negotiations can be done and the prices can be fixed for next 3-4 years. So this is kind of a recurring expenditure the companies usually make, and this is the time frame where you can negotiate very hard and make it fixed for next 4-5 years, because this is going to only sustain for only 1 year at cheap prices and attractive and lucrative pricing. This is going to sustain only in 2021. From 22, entire scenario is going to get changed. And certainly from the first quarter itself, there will be a lot of optimism. We can see from December 2021, a lot of green shoots economies will start experiencing in the businesses. Now let's come to the financial astrology, what we predict for the financial astrology in 2020, remaining span of 2020 and 2021. As per our reading, we have entered into the bear market. We have already seen the crash. And then this is the bounce back rally which we have experienced. And this rally is also about to vanish, going to be sold out. So we are entered in the bearish market until 2020 and 21. The remaining part of 2020 and 21, we will be under a bearish market only. When the stock market will pick up? It is going to pick up in 2022 first quarter. So that is the right time to make your investments. Now, the one important question is what investor should do in this kind of scenario. So I will advise that investor should not rush to do the investment in this time frame. After experiencing the first quarter of 2021, you should make a part investments into the equity markets and segregate, because the themes are going to be clear in that time frame only. 2020, nothing is going, economy is not at all going to go to anywhere. So the themes, upcoming themes are also not going to be very clear. If you want to make an investment for short-term prospect, then the sectors which I have expressed in my reports, we have advised in our reports, those should be the only area. Those are the only area which will give you good returns. Best for long-term, 2021 is a good time frame. Reason being, the themes will be clear, gestation period will get low, the cost of capital efficiency will go very high at that time, and you will get the most attractive prices. Now, another question is the market has created its bottom? So, as per our researches, no. Still, we are left to have the bottom in stock market, and that will be created in 2021. Or we may experience it soon also. Now, I will share a monthly report that how we give the prediction based on monthly basis. So this is the May month report. So where we check the performance of our previous month, what we have given in our reports, we give the detailed analysis of that. We talk about the important dates, trend, what is going to take place in month. So this is the heading of a monthly report of May 2020. Now, this is our prediction after the rally, Nifty heading for correction in levels. So now here we expect market to take a turn. The rally, what we have seen from the levels of 7,500 approximately to 9,800, 9,700, 800. Now this rally will stop and we are heading again for the correction from our charts. So till what time frame this correction is going to be there in the market? So this entire month we have predicted and report is going to be bearish. As per the astro cycles, in this month we are ending with the bullish trend and will be entering into the bearish cycle. We have exactly predicted in the report of month of March that market will bounce back from 23rd of March. And this really is going to be till first week of May. After that, we are going to have a correction, a heavy correction in the levels. In fact, I have seen today the SDX corrected almost 400 points. So this is the way we give the prediction on a weekly basis also from 4 to 8 May, what we expect out of the market, how it's going to be the trading days, what is going to be the style, what is going to be the trend exist on those days. Now let me take you to this month, May 18 to 22. Certain specific days has come with the specific trends in our reading. So we have specified those days also. We have given the reading for those days also. That on May 20th, we expect market to have a good gap up opening and experience a positive trend. So if anything comes in the specific dates also, like let me give an example. We have predicted the demonetization fall. We have predicted the pre-exit. We have predicted, as I told you, this corporate date. This kinds of events we have very much easily predicted in advance in our reports. So we have given the broad view of crude and currency in our monthly report too, that what we expect out of the currency and crude levels. So as per this is going to be range bound. There is not going to be major change in the crude and currency level in the month of May. So this is in broad predictions what I have shared you for the month of May. And the precise prediction day-wise we have given in the reports, and how the way we have predict an individual day, we predict the trend we have given you in this report. So that's it from my side. We can have the question and answer. So let me go to the chat box. The questions are posted in the chat box. Which of 2021? When in 2021 this will end? See, first top phase, the first bottom phase will be the first quarter, as I explained. First, the Gaurav Agrawal, I suppose Gaurav Agrawal has asked this question. When in 2021 will this end? So till first quarter, like March, we may find the bottom. And again, the rest of the year, it's going to be range-bound movement for the stock market, financial markets. And from the December onward, December 2021, we'll find the economies to pick up. And from there, the stock market also, simultaneously financial markets also will pick up. Which month of 2021? I suppose I have explained this. Shani will also leave Makar Rashi till June 2022. Guru and Shani both move out. That will be for a short-term time frame. Definitely will give the prediction for 2022. Right now, my focus is 2020 and 21. In which month 2021 will it end, and in which month of 2022 will the things get back to normal? So we will soon, as I told you, December 2021 is a right time frame where we expect the economies to start performing well, where we expect the revival of the economy. And 2022 first quarter is going to be excellent for the financial markets as well as for the entire broad economies. and Shani has 30-month cycle. Yeah, it has a cycle of 2.5 years. But actually, it has multiple factors to calculate. It is not only about the Saturn. There are various variants into this, like nakshatras, which changes every 4 to 6 months. So a lot of permutation combinations are there. It is not calculated. It's only just for the explanation purpose. I have shown you certain factors only. But there are multiple factors from the same planetary position. The prediction for the entire economy will be different. Individual is going to be different. For the corporate is going to be different. So only one factor is not only considered to make the predictions.
I'll help you with getting you the right questions.
Because
narrate those questions and you can answer so that it will be easier for everyone.
Yes.
So one of the question is, since you mentioned you are bullish on the pharma, how Nifty pharma can go on from here from 9,500 levels?
See, I don't talk about the numbers. I have made it very clear. We talk about the date range. So we are bullish in 2020. So already that bullish phase has started, which everyone has experienced. And we are bullish in 2021 also. This trend is entirely going to extend till November 2021. So this is the date range which shows till what time frame we are bullish on the Nifty pharma.
And when will be the market at its lowest?
See, this is the first quarter in the month of March, expect. Then there could be, as I told you, it's going to be a very range-bound cycle for the market. But first quarter will hit the bottom, market will hit first time the bottom, which is going to be created for the entire year.
Okay. And when do you expect the tourism to start?
See, since Jupiter is in Capricorn, Jupiter is deviated and masses are under pressure. Jupiter represents masses and they are all under pressure. Till 2021, Jupiter will be deviated in entire 2021 and that expresses the luxury industries and all the tourism industries will take up in 2022 only when masses will be free. This Jupiter will be free and will transit into the Aquarius.
And what will be the effects in the current condition after Shani becomes retrograde from 11th May?
See, Shani alone is not getting retrograde. There are a lot of other permutation combinations also. There is a Mars cycle right now going on along with Saturn. So more than retrograde of Saturn and Jupiter, the impact of Mars cycle is going to be over there. And usually retrograde Shani gives a bullish trend to the market. But since it is with Mars cycle, so we will have a bearish trend in market. So right now the retrograde Saturn impact is not going to take over. The impact of Saturn and Mars cycle is going to take over.
Okay. And any comments on the insurance sector? How would it react?
The insurance sector till last year, like in this year, we have only it has come in the observation that we may have a profit booking. We are not bullish on the insurance sector for next year.
Okay. And
the average sector in average rating it is coming.
Okay. And as an investor, what do you suggest to get into a mutual funds right now or an equity?
See, both are good. It is more about what time frame you get into that. If you get into a very time frame where the prices are at very low end and where the market is about to revival, then immediately you will get the benefit of it. Both are good at their own places. You can go into equities also. In equities, you have to select at your own. You have to be like make the judgments at own that which sector you need to invest. As I told you in 2020 and 21, the themes are going to be different. In 2022, the completely themes are going to be changed. The leaders are going to change. So both are like tools are good. It completely depends on your understanding about market. Otherwise, mutual funds are also a good option. But point is that we look forward for the time ranges. That what is the good time range to enter into this tools? What is the good time range to enter into this equities or mutual fund? So we are highlighting so that you can get the maximum benefit of those things.
Right. Is it a good time to start building a portfolio or wait for some time? And when should we start buying for a long term?
I will suggest 2021 is a good time frame. It has two reasons for it. First is market has yet to create the bottom. We are into the bearish cycle. There is no point to keep investing money into this and to wait for a long time frame. See, there are a lot of people have a long-term investment theory, but I don't think there is any point if we keep investing it and we stand in this kind of pressures also. It's better to take entry and exit on timely basis. Only thing is that we should be well aware in the advance. And for the investor, my advice is they should start investing in 2021, where we get the very lower rates and where we are very close to the revival of the economy. First point is this. Second is the themes. Due to which I'm expecting a huge changes into the policies, infrastructure, amendments, from the government side in 2021. So where that will lead to the new themes. So we should wait for that new themes to come emerge in the market and then take the right selections, and take the discounts.
Right. Any comments on
Can you please?
sectors? How would they react, and what would be their position?
Pardon, I could not get your question. The voice.
Any comments on MSME sectors? How would they react, and what would be their positions? Because they are always on the edge of the economy.
Yeah, as I told you, the similar way the trend it is right now, they are going to be in the similar, the way I have expected 2020, 21 is going to pick up. 22 at the time of broad revival of the economy, they will also revive. And as I expect government to extend a huge support into this, which will give a big boost to the economy. In 2020, they are going to struggle a lot. This is not going to be easy time. But actually, the planetary positions, the way they are expressing me, the way I can see the conjunctions, it is not going to be easy time. And we are not able to visualize right now. Once we will cross the September, the actual impact of this entire event will come out and how much changes it has brought in the economies.
Basic industries like textile and construction.
The construction, as I told you, I'm very bearish for the real estate. Other parts of the infra can definitely take up. Infra industries can definitely take a push. But for real estate, I'm absolutely bearish. And for next 2 years, 2020, 21, almost 1.5 years, I'm not having any hopes in the real estate sector. We may find some prices to be more slashed in real estate sector. And rest of all the other sectors, until and unless, see, Jupiter, as I told you, is suffering a lot. The masses are suffering a lot. And this planetary position is going to be extended till 2021, entire 2021. So all the broad sectors are going to be becoming revival in 2022 only. Whether it would be textile industry, whether it would be any other industries, aviation industry, all this are going to become into revival in 2020. 21 is going to be a tough time frame for the economies.
Right. There are too many things. I'll read out the important ones that I feel. One of the question is, how often do you go wrong with your predictions?
See, we have already given you the performance report. And that's why we have created a performance report. In 2019, we have given our predictions with 90% accuracy. In only 1 month, the prediction didn't work. And that was also not 1 month. That was only for the 15 days. So rest, all our perfections stood very accurate. With that, previously also when the market is going to bounce back, we have given the dates of 24th March. That is also was very accurate. And it has given actually rally from there from 7,500 levels. And now, as I have told you, I have shared you the prediction of 9 months. So you can yourself can view that what we have shared with you, and you can experience it at your own also.
Right. Few of people here would be in crude oil or dealing in the USD. So any suggestions on people having future projections on USD and crude oils?
See, I don't give a very precise prediction on crude and USD. I give a very broad predictions. So we can take it into 2 parts. One is the broad levels. So for the crude oil, it is going to be range bound. What it has created the range right now, it is into a very, like right now the pricing are very low. But in the month of July, I expect some of the better pricing of the crude or the price level of the crude to rise. So July could be one of the critical months where we can see a lot of development in the USD levels as well as the crude prices. Then rest of the years it's going to be range bound.
Okay. And I would take the last question. Anything on gold and silver? How would they react and what would be their future? Is it the right time to get into gold, or should we stay away? Should stay away from that?
See, still gold has potential. Already it has seen a huge rally and still it has a potential as we expect the markets to be in the bearish format in the next 2020 and 21. So gold could be still a good bet for till 2021 to hold.
Fair enough. I think we had almost discussed all the questions, and I think all the queries have been solved. So, with that, I would say that it was a wonderful session, and
Thank you so much.
yeah, and surely it was a different and it was the first of its kind session because up till now we had many webinars finding or predicting financial market based on the past trend. But this was the first time I think that we have been discussing the future financial projections and business dynamics based on Vedic astrology that you have been dealing in. So, on behalf of CIA and YI Indore and our co-host chapters YI Jaipur, YI Lucknow, YI Noida, and YI Raipur, we thank you on behalf of everyone and to give us such an insight on each and specific sectors of the economy and highlighting when the economy would come back to its normal positions and what would be the way forward for us. We thank you for your time.
Sir, I'm having one important question to ask ma'am, sir. Can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, good evening. I'm calling from Tamil Nadu, South India. I am a CA member. Ma'am, my daughter marriage is at December month, ma'am. I want to buy some gold jewels, ma'am. So, when is better time to buy gold? December month is marriage. So, before that, which time better, ma'am?
See, as I told you, I give a broad prediction. So, broad, I have given I cannot give you the monthly prediction for this gold and silver. We only deal into a broad range and we are bullish for this. So, anytime nearby time is good time frame to buy the gold. Till the prices are going to rise only in gold. But I cannot specify any specific month or time frame for gold or silver.
Okay, thank you.
Question,
thank you so much, sir.
One last question for agri and food. Can you please specify on agri and food?
I could not get the question. It's broke actually.
Agri and food sector.
Agri and food sector. See, Jupiter and Saturn, they both are looking to the fourth house. So agri and food sector will be again into a special highlight in 2021. Lot of things are going to change into that, and somehow it is not something normal planetary position it is reflecting. On agri and food sector, I may feel that there is a lot of chaotic situations also can come in that sector. So that can rise certain prices because of the shortage of the certain food and agri commodities.
So I think
Can I ask one question?
I think it should be the last question.
Yeah, I think we'll make that the last.
How is the auto sector looking, ma'am?
As I told you, I'm bearish in automobile sector also for next 1 year. We're absolutely bearish. But 22 will bring a lot of good news in auto sector.
Okay, thank you.
So most of the participants has also asked about your newsletter. Can you share one of your newsletters so that we can just go through it?
Fine, I will share my month letter. I will forward to you and you can then forward to the participants over there.
Sure, should be fine. So on behalf of YI, I, Abhishek Khasgiwala, would request and would thank you all, every participant, to pull out so much so much of your time for hearing with our speaker, and it was a wonderful session. Thank you, Shubha Javeria, for taking out of your precious time and for taking this session and webinar. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Stay healthy. Have a nice time.
Thank you so much, Shubha. Akshay, can you just drop your email ID in the chat box? So if anyone wants to sign newsletter, they can just directly contact you.
Disclosure.
I think Mr. Bala Murli would want a copy of the newsletter.
I just want to give a disclosure that this all information right now what I have shared is for education purpose. So whatever trades you take will be your individual responsibility.
It's too late for the disclosure now.
But you record it so that you can post it afterwards.
Yeah, we were recording the session, so it's no problem.
Okay, fine.
I think we have 3 or 4 people who've shared their email IDs, so we'll make sure that we all get the newsletter from me.